Good morning and welcome to the Bijou School's graduation to celebrate the class of 2021's Dragon graduates. I am Mary Catherine Rubin Clapper, or Miss MC to my students, the proud principal of the Bijou School. Please welcome those who proudly turn Bijou Dragons into Dragon graduates, the staff of the Bijou School. Please stand to welcome our graduating class of 2021. Good morning. Please stand as Mr. G leads us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Good morning, families, friends, advocates, and valued members of our D11 community. Welcome to our celebration to honor the Bijou School's graduation class of 2021. Bijou Dragons are? Yes, we are. This day would not be possible without all of you. I would like to recognize the honored guests that I have on the stage with me. Mr. Dan Hoff, Executive Director of School Leadership. Dr. Joe Schott, President of CSEA. Ms. Darlene Daniels, Board of Education Director. Mr. Dave Engstrom, Deputy Superintendent. Dr. Michael Thomas, Superintendent. Ms. Phoebe Bailey, Assistant Superintendent in Personnel Services. And Mr. John McCarron, Chief Information Officer, Assistant Superintendent. Thank you for being here. On stage, we have members of our D11 team who will be awarding their sons and daughters their diplomas. Please welcome. Okay, I was looking to see who's here. I'm sorry. I have 4 here, but only 2 up here. We have Adria Ivy and Cheryl Garman. Next, I would like to recognize the honored guests that we have in our stands today. If you are a family member, a friend, or advocate of one of our graduates, please stand and let us thank you. Let's see it. Let's see it. We We would not be here today on this beautiful day of celebration if it were not for the historical leadership of the former principals of the Bijou School. Please show your appreciation to Mr. Wayne Hutchinson and Miss Catherine Presnell. Last but not least, we would not have a graduation class without the incredible staff of the Bijou School. If you are part of the dream team that is the staff of the Bijou School, please stand and let us thank you. Thank you, staff. Please welcome our student speakers as they share their thoughts from the class of 2021. Ms. Carmen Cisneros.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of class of 2021. Is everybody awake?
They better be. All right.
I'd like to welcome family, friends, and staff. My name is Carmen. I know that this is not how we pictured our senior year to be, but we made the best of it. I would like to thank my teachers, especially Mrs. Nath, for pushing me to graduate a year early. I would also like to thank my family and my boyfriend for their support and guidance. Today is our graduation day. It is the start of new success in our life. Graduation is not the end, it is just the beginning. We are getting older now. We will have more responsibilities. We will have bills to pay, gas to buy, errands to run, meals to make. It won't be easy. High school wasn't, but we did it. We graduated. A graduation ceremony doesn't just celebrate a moment in time. It's the peak of all your years of learning about the world and yourself. The friends and family that supported you every step of the way, they're celebrating you. How you've grown, the challenges you've overcome, the experiences you've shared. Graduation marks your final passage into adulthood, the time when you're expected to fully take charge of your life's direction. President Obama says that we can't take things for granted. We have to work as a community to make things better. We can emerge from our current circumstances stronger than before, better than before. So do what you feel passionate about. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. And don't be afraid to fail, because every failed experiment is one step closer to success. I know our hard work, passion, dedication, and confidence will make us reach great heights in life. Best of luck for the future, and congratulations, class of 2021.
Good job. Yeah, just go up here, and then you can go down the stairs. Thank you, Carmen. Next, please welcome Mr. Dan Mora.
Yes, please. Hello, class of 2021. My experience at Bijou has been nothing but inspiring and hopeful for my future. It's the best school I have ever attended simply because of the amazing teachers, counselors, and all of the most amazing principal I've ever had. Oh my God. And they are the most inspiring and accepting I have ever had, because everyone here truly shows that they care for their students and their mental well-being, and just not not perfect grades, nothing else, as long as you're, perfect in everything. Bijou is a school that is nothing but encouraging, and they really want their students to have a bright future. I may still have no clue what I will do with my life, but I do know that I want to be a person to raise awareness. Well, I don't have a certain way, but to give a voice to those who can't use their own, to support groups who want a positive change in the world, and that motivates others to take positive action. I don't know, or maybe I'll be a gardener, who fights for equality. That's all I want. I'll never forget my time at Bijou, and I hope you guys won't either. and I wish you the best in your life and everything you wish to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Please welcome our vocal artist, Taylani Matthews, singing The Greatest Love of All. You got this, girl.
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I've decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least to live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I've decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. It is the greatest only chance, that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lonely place. Find your strength in love.
I cry when I hear that song anyway. And then to have one of my, I've got chills, Taylani. Okay. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do next. Thank you. All right. The Bijou School is the proud home of the Bijou Dragons, and the staff have special awards for our graduates. Please welcome staff for the presentation of the awards. I was looking for Cindy. There you are.
Every year, the Bijou School staff selects students in each graduation class that rise at Bijou to stand strong. The Dragon's Gem Award is a student who best exemplifies fired up, focus on academic achievement, imagines academic growth, respects through student engagement, and has a future empowered for post-secondary workforce readiness while being determined to find their unique potential. This student learns to balance academics, personal relationships, respect for others, and remains unique. The Phoenix Award is a student whose journey includes disappointments, failures, and learning to get back up, resilience, while persisting to overcome many obstacles. They arrive at graduation changed, ready to live forward, determined, focused, and empowered. The Bright Future Award is a student who discovered interest and learning that sparked a dream for their future. They applied themselves to learning to move forward the dream as reality in their lives. The Outstanding Determination Award is a student who kept going even when life dealt them difficulty or they struggled to learn. They kept the goal of graduation in mind and would not let any obstacle stop their progress. I'm going to present the first award today. I would like Bijou Dragon Robert Mills to please come up to the podium. The Dragon's Gem Award and our first award recipient is Robert Mills. He came to Bijou as a 9th grader in 2018. He's barely missed a handful of days at Bijou since. Robert focused on learning from the start. He had many obstacles that created difficulties and frustration, yet he kept imagining his growth by asking teachers questions. Many Bijou teachers improved their teaching because of Robert's questions, myself included. He wasn't content until he earned A's or B's, redoing assignments to improve them. Today, Robert graduates as a junior. Robert joined the Bijou student leadership team with Miss Cockrell his first year. He listened, learned, and grew to become a compassionate leader and advocate for his fellow students. On the leadership team, he advocated in restorative practice circles, adding his perspective to resolutions found through the conversations of peers, staff, and community members. He embraced the Bijou effort to start a recycling program on the Wasson campus, which grew to other schools. Robert was empowered to work the leadership students to advocate and install water bottle filling stations on the campus to decrease plastic waste in the environment. Robert's determination to be unique gave birth to these potential ideas while he stood true to his values and goals. Robert owns these skills and brings them confidently into his bold future. Robert, congratulations. Robert, stay here for me. Okay. Our next presenter is Gordon Scott, science teacher at the Bijou School, and today he is a wish-to-be astronaut.
Okay, there you go. Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay, welcome graduates. If I could please have Miss Morgan Nouse come up. Morgan is our second recipient of the Dragons Gem Award for a person who best exemplifies the fired up Bijou student. I had the pleasure of having Morgan in my science classes over the last 2 years, and I've never seen a more focused and determined student. Even during distance learning, she was present every day online and willing to participate. Her grades were always at the very top of the class, and I expect great things for her future. Morgan, congratulations. Next, I would like to have one of our counselors, Miss Diane Rawson, come for the next award.
Good morning. Could I have Alexander Hernandez Garduno please come up on stage? Alex is the recipient of the Bijou School Determination Award for the class of 2021, and there couldn't be a more deserving student. Alex came to Bijou last year, his junior year, fourth quarter, was in school for about a week, and then we had to go on remote learning. During remote learning, he was always present for WebEx meetings, worked independently on assignments, and stayed in close contact with his teachers. Alex even got done a quarter earlier than he thought. And all of this he did while he was working. Congratulations, Alex, and best luck with your future endeavors. Our next speaker is going to be Bill Dowdle. He is our school social worker at the Bijou School.
Junior, get up here. This award at Bijou represents a student who has faced every challenge that would keep them from this amazing day of high school graduation. As the mythological, over here, buddy. As the mythological phoenix rises from the ashes to take hold of a new expression of life, so has this guy experienced a transformation so evident to staff and peers alike. We have many new staff members at Bijou this year, and if they've heard the stories of how Paul was before, they thought, you're not talking about the same student. He showed responsibility for his work, had a remarkable and positive attitude, and a good friend. I think that is the telling reason why this student's transformation is so solid. So please help me congratulate this year's Phoenix Award winner, junior Paul Salazar. There you go, buddy.
Got this.
Oh, yes. Yes, and I'd like to introduce Mrs. Price, one of our English teachers, who is going to be giving the turn page. Oh. Turn the right page. Yes, the Bright Future Award.
Hello, everybody. So I feel like I'm echoing. Okay. I'm here to present the Bright Future Award. So can I have Taylani Matthews please come up to the stage? Woo, come on, give her another round of applause. Come on. So the Bright Future Award means that we see great things in the future for this student. She's caring and determined, and she's already started to pursue her dream career in music. I am proud of how hard she has worked throughout the year and to get through multiple struggles, and I look forward to hearing more from you. So here you go. And now, Miss MC.
Finally, we have the Principal's Award of Excellence. Could I please have Andrew Fogel come to the stage? The Principal's Award of Excellence is awarded to the student who exemplifies our motto of Fired Up. Andrew Fogel epitomizes the climate and culture of the Bijou School. He has overcome incredible obstacles, not only to graduate from high school, but to graduate from high school as a junior. He was one of the first students I met last year when I became principal of the Bijou School. And I thought to myself, if Andrew represents the Bijou student, I'm in the right place. I knew I was in the right place. Along with this award, Andrew, your name is going to be engraved in the Principal's Award Excellent Hall of Fame to forever hang in the halls of the Bijou School. All right? I am so proud to present this to you, Andrew. Bijou Dragons are? Thank you. I told them they were not getting diplomas until they said the motto. All right, good job. The staff of the Bijou School chose a representative to speak to you today, and it is a very special staff member. And after her speech, you'll realize why. Please welcome Ms. Renee Cockrell.
Good morning. My name is Renee Cockrell. If it has been my honor to work with you during your time at Bijou in my role as school interventionist, student leadership teacher, or English teacher, you know me as Miss Ray. What you might not know is that before I was ever a Bijou staff member, I was a Bijou student. On this momentous occasion of your graduation, I would like to tell you a little bit about what Bijou has meant to me and what I hope it will mean to you as you continue on into your future. As is all too common, in childhood, I experienced trauma, violence, abuse, and poverty. These experiences affected my performance in school, my ability to trust others and engage in social interaction, my sense of self, and my learning. During adolescence, when memories of early childhood abuse began to surface vividly and unexpectedly, I was gripped by anxiety, depression, and physical illness. I shut down, withdrawing from my school and surfing through various other middle schools until I found a place where I felt like I could breathe again. That place was a District 11 alternative school on Bijou Street, which included a pilot program for middle schoolers in its very first year. The small class sizes, trauma-responsive atmosphere, deeply caring staff, and flexible learning environment changed my world, as I have seen it do for so many of you. Within months, the principal and teachers agreed that I would benefit from the academic challenge of high school classes. Eventually, I took classes at both Bijou and Tesla, When I progressed through the curriculum the school had to offer, I was provided with access to courses at the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs, including chemistry and philosophy classes. This allowed me to earn college and high school credits through dual enrollment, as many of you have done through the Pikes Peak Community College Career Start program during your time here at Bijou. A personalized learning experience designed to meet my social, emotional, and academic needs is the reason I stand before you today. That and the encouragement of teachers who talked me into applying for college, paid my application fees, and continued to cheer me on when I received a full scholarship to Colorado College. Though I struggled as a result of adverse childhood experiences, what is also true is that I have experienced a significant amount of privilege in my life. Recognizing the many privileges from which I benefit has allowed me to see the ways in which our work together is about more than individual successes in learning, but about how we engage in the work of learning with, from, and for each other. My mother, a single teenage mother who was forced to leave school due to becoming pregnant with me, was a fierce advocate for my education. She did not accept that because something was out of range financially or outside of our family's socioeconomic experience, that it wasn't meant for me. Instead, she taught me to fight to gain access, to work hard, to be humble, to learn all I could, and to hold the door open after me to bring others inside and continue the work of expanding access once it had been granted to me. Author and educator Toni Morrison once remarked in an interview that she tells her students, "When you get these jobs you have been so brilliantly trained for, just remember that your real job is that if you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, then your job is to empower somebody else." I'll repeat that. If you are free, you need to free somebody else. If you have some power, you need to empower somebody else. Class of 2021, I implore you to do the same. You have great power within you, and you can use it to make the world better in any manner you choose. You have shown your power through your focus, your tenacity this year. You found the motivation within yourselves to push through the uncertainty and disruption of the COVID-19 pandemic and to continue moving forward with your education, not allowing anything to stop you. You faced significant obstacles, any one of which could have been an excuse to give up if you had let it be. Some of you found yourselves learning remotely while staying up nights, caring for a family member who was gravely ill. Some of you are still healing from trauma, grief, loss. Some of you are raising your own children, paying rent, and putting food on the table. Some of you have faced family unemployment and a loss of housing, but all of you made it here today, and all of you are on your way to great things. Like you, my time at Bijou is coming to a close. As I continue my own education and push forward in my professional learning and growth, I have accepted a position as an assistant principal at Mitchell High School. This day is for me, as I'm sure it is for many of you, bittersweet. I encourage you to look ahead into the unknown, ready to rise to new challenges. But remember, hold the door open for the next person coming up behind you. You have worked hard during your time here at Bijou. Staff and classmates will miss you and welcome you when you come back to visit. But now is the time to step bravely into your future. Opportunity stretches itself out before you. So keep learning and growing. Keep challenging yourself. And remember that you have the power to profoundly impact our world. Stay fired up, dragons, and carry that within you to the next chapter of your lives.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Ray. I'm glad I brought Kleenex. Okay. I mentioned before that Bijou Dragons are? What does that mean? Students at the Bijou School are focused on their academic achievement. They can imagine their academic growth. They show respect through student engagement. They are empowered through their post-secondary workforce readiness, and they are determined to find their unique potential. In other words, Bijou Dragons know how to take care of business and know how to get things done. Each and every one of you has earned the title of a Bijou Dragon graduate because you did not stop no matter what got in your way. You stayed fired up through the ups and downs of your life, through the ups and downs of your education, through the ups and downs of a global pandemic, and through the ups and downs of providing for your families. In this graduation class, we have juniors graduating a year early, seniors graduating on time, and seniors graduating in the timeline that they needed to achieve their goal of graduation. We have a graduate who went from begging me not to call his mom because of his questionable behavior to a graduate who did not want me to tell his mom that he was graduating a year early because he wanted to surprise her. We have graduates who battled learning difficulties and significant behavioral issues to earn their high school diploma. We have graduates who have endured homelessness and hunger this year. We have graduates who've lost loved ones while they were in high school, and we have graduates wanting to graduate before their loved one passes away. We have graduates who are parents themselves that found a way to graduate while balancing full-time jobs, full-time responsibilities, and full-time school. We have graduates who have battled debilitating depression and crippling anxiety, and we have graduates who have said that Bijou School has helped them find the reason to keep on living. Each and every one of you has overcome odds to be here today. One of the things that I like to tell my students is that they represent a puzzle piece in the universe that is one of a kind, and only they can fill that void. You have a purpose that only you can fulfill. By graduating from high school today, you have given yourself the foundation of education to find your purpose. Stay fired up and fulfill your destiny. At this time, it is my honor to introduce Dr. Michael Thomas, Superintendent of District 11 Schools, to present you to him. Dr. Thomas, each of these students has fulfilled all requirements for graduation as established by our Board of Education. They are qualified, they are capable, and they make us all proud. Dr. Thomas, for your consideration, I present to you the Bijou Schools Class of 2021.
Thank you, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I have to say, Ms. Talani, for you to come up here and sing a Whitney Houston song, I don't think I would ever be able to muster that much courage. But it's a testament to the strength that you and all of your classmates represent today. 13 years of your life, you've prepared for this moment, and we are so proud for all that you have accomplished. No matter how jagged the path was or how brightly lit the path was, you're here today in spite of anything that was trying to stop you. You know, I've shared this story before where a friend of mine came home and found that his wife was watching MMA fighting on TV. And I don't know if any of you have watched mixed martial arts. It's kind of a violent sport. And she was cheering and cheering, watching this fight on TV. And he also just didn't really think that his wife got into watching MMA, so that was a little bit surprising to him. But he kind of got pulled into watching this MMA fight as well. And there was this really huge person fighting this really tiny little person, right? Like the odds were stacked against this tiny little person. And time after time, this big MMA fighter was knocking this little person down repeatedly, right? And towards the end of this fight, out of nowhere, this little MMA fighter musters up the strength, the courage, or whatever you want to call it, and knocks this big MMA fighter out for the fight, right? And everybody was going crazy watching this fight. His wife jumps up screaming, and he's like, wow, did you see this little guy? Did you see this little guy knock this big MMA fighter down? And she says, yes. But did you see how many times he kept getting back up? Right? So life can be like an MMA match. It will knock you down repeatedly. And it's not about winning. It's about the get up. And I want you all to just remember that as you pursue your goals in life, there will be many times that life is going to be like that big MMA fighter. And it will try everything in its power to knock you down. And that's okay. We heard from our faculty speaker, and I'm sure every adult in this space today can tell you about their story of being knocked down. But they can also, and we heard this morning, they can also tell you a very powerful story about how they kept getting back up. Very, very important for you all to think about. Because this past year, let me tell you, has been a year that I think every single person here has been knocked down in some form or fashion. But in spite of what this past year has delivered to us, we also know that we can get up. I'm going to close before I accept the class with something that was given to me on September 3rd, 1994. Because like many of you, and like we heard Miss Renee talk about, I was at a real dark place in my life, not too sure whether I would be able to make it, questioning anything and anyone that has ever impacted me, that life just didn't have anything good for me. But I had that individual that came to me at that darkest moment in my life who saw some light in me that I never knew existed. And I think all the staff here at the Bijou School recognizes that same light in each and every one of you. We see that same light in each and every one of you. You might not see it, but we see it. We see you. And I'll share these words. I'll modify them because it's a kind of a scripture-based piece, but I'll modify it for today. But this passage is entitled Right Place. If I take a look at who and where I am today, I may feel that I have fallen short of my aspirations and my desires. If I am not using my full capacities, I may feel that I am not in my right place. But how do I know where my right place is? My right place is where I feel in harmony with myself and with my world, where I am giving what I have to give in ways that bless me as I bless others. In my right place, my life is evolving from the inside out. There is no circumstance or person who can deny my personal progress when it is the harvest of my own inner spiritual growth. I have been given the power and potential to be in my right place. I call upon this power and potential, and a new good is always drawn unto me. I am so proud, as your superintendent, to accept the Bijou class of 2021. Congratulations. I would now like to call up Miss Darlene Daniels, who is one of our school board directors, to officially confer the graduating class of 2021.
Good morning, class of 2021 Bijou High School. So good to see you. And good morning to the staff, administration, and of course your parents who've worked with you tirelessly in these last 3 to 4 years. I want to talk to you a little bit about leadership. And I got to tell you, I'm amazed at who you are because you've already demonstrated leadership and being here and getting to this moment in your life. So what I'm going to do is just let you know that I believe it's already in you. I believe you were born with it. And what we're looking to do is just continuously get to that authentic leadership that is already in you. It's not easy, and leadership is definitely not for the faint of heart, which you've demonstrated. Especially during a global pandemic, everyone is hurting, uncomfortable, and on edge. But this historical moment has led my soul right back to core values as a leader, which I'm sure it's done for you. I already have all I need. I have to discern between good and evil. I have to live to see another day, learn to grow where I'm planted, and believe people who say and do what they do in front of you, believe their actions, believe their words. Now, living to see another day, you're given a certain amount of time, or days on this planet. Don't waste it. And you cannot get them back. Take it seriously. Grow where you're planted. Even deserts can grow certain plants. Be the right plant for any situation you place yourself in. Don't just be taken by the wind. Dig deep and get rooted so you can thrive. You already have all you need. Sometimes we put our eyes on others and we desire their possessions. Before you know it, you're desiring things that were never meant for you, and you're compromising. It's subtle and it can be unnoticeable for years, but life has a way of showing you should have learned to work with what you have instead, which I know that's what you're doing. Discerning between good and evil is not always easy. Life gives you a choice. You cannot have it both ways. Once again, it's subtle, but it's imperative that you distinguish between the two. It only takes seconds, minutes for changing the course of your life forever in both good or bad directions, again, which I know you know. And lastly, as I've said, believe people, believe what they say, believe what they show you, believe their words, right? Don't hurt yourself trying to figure them out. Let them speak and demonstrate, and the clarity shows up so you have a choice. Not everyone is for you. Not everyone is for you to have or to work with. Let it all speak to you so you know whether or not you can take them into your life, because it's really simple. You have a tribe of people waiting for your talents. They manifest when you live authentically and are not forced into doing anything you don't want to do. Ultimately, leadership is not for the faint of heart. It came with you when you were born. Learn about who you are. Make sure you know you. You can't afford the time, the money, or the headspace, or anything else coming at you in life. You have to make decisions. Ask questions of others and of yourself. Don't be afraid of asking the hard questions so you can get to where you belong. Don't be afraid of the answers. Don't take life for granted, as we all know. Your life is yours, but it doesn't solely belong to you. Take it seriously. Take the bitter with the sweet and work in the best areas of life you've been given. And if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving. Dr. Martin Luther King. Be honest, frank, and fearless, and get some grasp of the real values of life. Read some good, heavy, serious books for discipline. And take yourself in your hand and master yourself. W.E.B. Du Bois. When time, maturity, and life has processed you, authentic leadership should emerge. On behalf of the District of 11th, on behalf of the School District 11 Board of Education, I am pleased to accept the class of 2021 Bijou High School for the conferring of diplomas. You graduated. Yeah.
Thank you, Director Daniels. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yeah. Okay, let's go. The staff chose Ms. Chris, our school counselor, and Mr. G, our math teacher, to read the names of our grads. Let's get started.
Matthew Russell Bastian. Matthew plans to work and eventually go to college to get a good paying job. He struggled this past year with the pandemic and remote learning. Bijou School was very friendly and supported him through it all. He wants to thank his parents who gave him a lot of help. He would not be graduating without them. He also wanted to thank his teachers who helped him to succeed.
Cedric Joseph Owen Bell. Cedric plans to become a blacksmith after graduation. He has come through a lot of adversity this past year, but he persevered and got it done. He would like to thank all his mentors and coaches, as well as the Bijou staff, for helping him achieve his goal of getting his high school diploma.
Josiah Ramon Brown. Josiah had a hard time with the pandemic this year, but persevered and finished. He plans to head to college and study astronomy. He enjoyed being at the Bijou School because he was able to get more one-on-one help. He wants to thank his mom, his friends, and all of his teachers for believing he could do it.
Dion Trey Bruner. Dion plans to do an apprentice program to become a plumber. He has worked hard to finish his credits in order to graduate. Dion has been at the Bijou School since his 9th grade year and was part of the Dragon Leadership Group.
Aaron Castillo. Aaron is very proud that he has made it to this point. He didn't think this day would ever come. Aaron liked the staff at Bijou because they were always nice and helpful. He plans to go into the construction field after graduation.
Carmen Fomona Cisnero. Carmen says her biggest obstacle while getting her high school diploma was having to have to work to take care of her family. Sometimes she found it hard to focus on school, but here she is graduating. She plans to go to the Pikes Peak Community College after graduation and take business classes. She hopes to enter the real estate industry at some point. Carmen would like to thank the Bijou staff and her family for pushing her to get it done.
Sydney Samantha Drain. Sydney came to Bijou to make up credits. She liked all the help the staff gave her. She plans to go to get her pharmaceutical certification, and she wants to thank her counselors for keeping her motivated and encouraging her along the way.
Lucas Patrick Hayes Duns. Lucas struggled with motivation when it came to school. He came to Bijou to get a clean slate and enjoyed the staff because they cared about him. His plans are to work for a few years and save money, then go on to college. He would like to thank his entire family for their support, along with Mr. Chatney, who taught him how to write faster, Miss Ray for being level-headed, and the whole Bijou staff for being the best teachers he's ever had the privilege to work with.
Andrea Fellinger. Andrea came to the Bijou School her junior year. She also attended the digital school to earn more credits to graduate. She is planning to work in the dental field as a hygienist. She wants to thank her mom and dad, Chris and Mr. Higgins, for supporting and pushing her to finish.
Andrew Wayne Fogel Jr. Andrew is very proud to be graduating as a junior. He plans to go to Intel Tech Trade School to become an electrician after graduation. He would like to thank his family for all their help and for the Bijou staff for supporting him through the difficult times.
Mariah Rayanne Frederick. Mariah moved around a lot throughout her educational journey. It brought her to Bijou, where she felt like she got individual attention. She plans to pursue a career in the psychology field after graduation. She wants to thank her dad for helping her learn the importance of going to school and for just being her dad. She also wants to thank her mom.
Alexander Hernandez Garando. Alexander came to Bijou from another state. No?
It's Zach.
What happened? Oh, Zach? Okay.
Sorry. Zachary Dane Garman. Zach is proud of finishing his high school diploma while working full-time. He didn't do well in the traditional high school setting, so going to Bijou and Digital helped him to be successful in completing all his credits. Zach plans to do an apprenticeship with a local company after graduation. He wants to thank his parents, the Bijou staff, and the Digital staff for all their help and support.
Shay Alexander Gilchrist. Shay's biggest obstacle in getting his high school diploma was having to move among schools and the loss of a loved one. He came to Bijou because of the small class sizes and the quarterly schedule. He plans to attend Pikes Peak Community College and get his associates in management and graduation. Shay would like to thank his Aunt Mary for all her support throughout his entire high school career.
Kobe Riley Gosnell. Kobe came to Bijou because of failing grades. He liked the teachers and the small class sizes that allowed him to get more one-on-one help. Because of this, Kobe was able to complete all his credits a quarter early. He plans to go to work after graduation so he can save money. He wants to thank his parents for always supporting and encouraging him to finish his high school diploma. What happened to the other kid?
Aiden Kent Grady. Aiden plans to attend Pikes Peak Community College after graduation to study engineering. He has struggled with motivation throughout his high school journey. He came to Bijou to focus on graduating. He liked how instruction was hands-on with some of his teachers. He would like to thank his parents for always believing in him, all of his teachers for guiding him, and his friends who kept pushing him to be better than he thought he could ever be.
Joseph Anthony Grimaldo. Joseph came to the Bijou School to get a fresh start with his life and school. He has loved everything about Bijou, especially the teachers. Joseph plans to attend Pikes Peak Community College for their criminal justice program. He would like to thank his parents and his sister because they always made him work hard and told him how proud they were of him.
Marcos Lorenzo Gutierrez. Marcus came to Bijou to finish up his high school credits in order to graduate. He became a father at a very young age, so he had to work full-time while attending school. He liked the smaller classes at the Bijou school and how everyone was willing to help him and work around his schedule. He would like to thank his lady and baby girl for keeping him motivated to get it done.
Who's next?
Alexander Hernandez Gardando. Alexander came to Bijou from another state. He really likes the staff as they helped him get all his credits. One of Alexander's biggest obstacles was the pandemic and having to go remote. He states that it's hard to learn certain subjects online. He plans to own his own business someday and wants to thank his mother for making him push through and finish his high school diploma.
Erin Nicole Holt. Erin is so proud that she is graduating on time. She came to Bijou because she wasn't successful in the traditional school setting. She liked the staff and the smaller class sizes, which helped her learn better. She wants to thank her parents for all their help and for pushing her. She also wants to thank Miss Ray for making English understandable.
Morgan Taylor Holt. Morgan came to Bijou so she could attend the International Beauty Salon program. She plans to continue until she completes her certification in cosmetology. She is very proud of the fact that she worked full-time while obtaining all of her credits. She wants to thank her family for all their support and helping her reach her goal.
Nicholas James Jimenez Jr. Nick is on his way to a trade school to become an electrician while continuing to work part-time. He liked Bijou because of the many opportunities he was given and the small class sizes. He wants to thank his mom for always being his biggest supporter, Kelly for being there for him when he was struggling, and a shout out to the whole Bijou staff for helping him complete his credits. Also unknown to Nick, his great-grandfather is out in the stands watching him graduate. That makes 4 generations that are here celebrating Nick's success.
Kyra Denise King. Kyra plans to become an ENT after graduation. She came to Bijou because she was short on credits. She was scared she would not graduate. She is proud of finishing a semester early and wants to thank her parents for pushing her to do her best, Kobe for always supporting her, and the whole Bijou staff for making it happen.
Joshua Ethan Kirchner. Josh wants to thank his mother, Amber Kirchner, who has been by his side for everything and why he is walking across the stage today. Throughout high school, he struggled and had a hard time comprehending what was being taught. From the beginning at Bijou, he started to feel extraordinary and fully inspired in every category. He learned that everything comes down to one thing, our growth mindset.
Morgan Alexandra Noss. Morgan faced obstacles with physical and mental health issues after the passing of her grandpa. She plans to work over the summer and attend cosmetology school or college in the fall. She's wanted to be a paraprofessional or a teacher in her future plans. Obstacles at her previous school brought her to Bijou. She loved the vibes and connections she would make with others at Bijou. She would like to thank all of her teachers, Chris, Kelly, Bill, her mom, grandma, and the rest of her family and friends for supporting her. She also wants to thank her dogs for their comfort.
David Allen Martin. David feels blessed to have made it to graduation because this past year has been so difficult with the remote learning. David said Bijou helped him to graduate on time, and he is proud that he has finished. He plans to enter the field of graphic design after graduation. He wants to thank his mom for always pushing him and his father for always being there to talk to.
Talani Shanice Matthews. Talani is planning to continue to work on her music after graduation. She struggled this past year to getting very sick and having to make all her work up and learning new things at the same time. She liked Bijou teachers because they actually taught her instead of giving her a piece of paper and telling her to figure it out. She wants to thank her mom and dad for pushing her to keep going even when she wanted to stop. Robert Paul Mills. Robert came to Bijou because he wanted a small setting. He really liked all the staff and his peers because everyone was so friendly. This environment helped him not to get stressed out while he was working on his credits. He is proud of the fact that he's graduating as a junior, and he plans to work for a while to get a car to go to college. He wants to thank the whole Bijou staff, and especially Kelly, for being so supportive.
Daniel Bora. Dan said he had many obstacles in trying to get his high school diploma, including a pandemic. Bijou was a very supportive atmosphere for LGBT kids and the whole school being like a second home for him. Dan would like to thank every single staff member for being the kindest people he had the pleasure of meeting. He also wants to thank his sister, Angelica, for pushing him to graduate and do the best he can in everything. He plans to help others as a career.
Parker Alexander Neptune. Parker says this past year and a half has been extremely difficult due to the pandemic. He had a hard time staying motivated with his schoolwork. Parker plans to pursue a career in microchips and eventually move to Oregon to work in this industry. He came to Bijou because Bijou was a smaller setting, and he enjoyed having conversations with all his teachers and building a community together. He would like to thank all the Bijou staff, but especially Ray, who helped me to enjoy school again after a rough 10th grade year.
Allison Christine Randolph. Allison came to the Bijou School her junior year for the smaller setting and smaller class sizes. She also participated in the Career Pathways program, earning a couple of college credits. Allison plans to attend cosmetology school and work in the Colorado Springs community.
Paul Jeffrey Salazar Jr. Junior came to Bijou because his sister graduated from Bijou, and he wanted to see if it would be a good school for him. He plans to continue to work with his father's business and hopefully own his own business. He is proud that he's graduating as a junior and pulled himself together in order to do that. He would like to thank his family for always supporting him and giving him the good life he has. He would also like to thank God and wants to be able to give back to his family in the future.
Destiny Anna Michaela Wallace. Desi came to the Bijou her junior year of high school. She plans to go on to a post-secondary school, but is unsure right now of what she will study. She has worked full-time while completing her high school diploma, which was difficult at times. Desi participated in the visual design pathways while attending Bijou.
Kyler Adrian Vice Sullivan. Kyler plans to work in the automotive field. He has worked hard to complete his high school diploma. He would like to thank his mother and Mr. Scott for pushing him to get it done and all of their support.
It's always hard to be the last graduate. Let's cheer him all the way to his seat. All right. Come on, he's kind of stunting right there. Let's go. All right. Good job, Kyler. All right. Will the 2021 Bijou graduates please stand up? All right. Your tassel is on the right side because you have earned the right to graduate. Are you ready to graduate? Move it to the left. Dragon graduates, we usually celebrate with cake, cookies, and punch. However, I did some research and I learned that dragons love Twinkies, especially Twinkies after they have graduated from high school. So, when you are dismissed, please go to the back of the field, take your pictures with your diplomas, get your personalized yard sign to let everyone know that you are a Bijou Dragon graduate, and grab your graduation Twinkie. Find your family and friends and get fired up for a celebration. Bijou Dragons are? Graduating class of 2021, you are dismissed.
Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going